What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? We are back. We are back. We are back with some more teachings this week. I'm so excited. As you hop in, drop in the comments, where is it that you're tuning in from? This is about to be an impactful 30 minutes. Put in the comments, where is it that you are tuning in from? Drop in the comments, where is it that you're tuning in from? I'm so excited about today, y'all. Listen, this is one of my favorite topics, purpose. It's one of my favorite topics. It's actually the topic that I spoke around stage on. Norway in the building. Damn, that's what's up. Virginia, what's up? New York, what's up? Drop in the comments, where is it that you're tuning in from? Chicago, Virginia, what's going on? New Orleans, cool. Anchorage, Alaska. Hey, I went to Alaska before. I spent a week out there in Ketchikan. I think that's what it's called, Ketchikan. Fort Lauderdale, Milwaukee, snowy Boston. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in it. Where's El Boogie? El Boogie, where's that at? I don't know where El Boogie at. But listen, y'all, I'm excited about today. Today we're going to be talking about purpose, right? How to discover it. How is it that you can start learning and living in it? This has been a topic that it really started off my career. The Bronx. All right, bet. This really started off my career, right? So for those that have been following me for years, you knew that the first subject I started to teach on was about discovering your purpose. I've spoken on multiple stages all around the world in front of tens of thousands of people on this one topic. And out of every topic that I speak on, this is probably the one that I have most mastered just because of the work that I've done with myself, right? So I'm excited to jump in about this topic today. Again, we're going to be on here for about 30 minutes. I'm going to be doing this every single week at this exact same time, 6 p.m. every single week on Monday. We're going to be covering different topics. And I want y'all to get way more value out of this free game than what you do paying for most paid people communities. My goal this year is to provide people with more free game than they get out of in their other communities that they actually pay for, right? So today we're going to be talking about purpose, right? So purpose. First of all, what is purpose? What does it even mean? To me, purpose is a never-ending journey of contribution. It is a never-ending journey of contribution. And I always tell people this is that your greatest potential is locked inside of your highest purpose. And until you know what your purpose is, you'll never meet the greatest version of yourself. So it wasn't until I discovered my purpose that my life really started to change, right? And for those of you that may know my story, I won't get too deep into it, but I got involved in the streets at an early age, going to juvenile, going to jail, surviving a gunshot in my head. A bullet went in on this side, came out on this side when I was 18 years old. And there was a lot of trials and tribulations that I went through because I didn't know what my purpose was. And it wasn't until I was sitting in jail, had open cases in 4 different counties, I was facing up to 10 years in prison, that I lost over 6 figures, that I literally started to be still and really ask myself, like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? And I think the biggest problem in this world that we face as a world is people not really having an understanding, and being able to define what their purpose is in this world. I think there's no worse feeling than being created and not knowing the reason why. And I made it my mission in order to help people really discover what that reason why was for themselves. Because it's when I discovered the reason why for myself that my life absolutely changed. So the purpose of this next 30 minutes is to talk about, first of all, help everybody on this call discover what that purpose is, and then the importance of it and the importance of living in it, right? So I spent some time in jail, and I started asking myself them hard questions, really kind of asking myself, what am I here for? Reading books, journaling. And in that discovery, I discovered my purpose, and I set out in order to help everybody else do the same in this world, right? So for starters, there's a difference. Everything in my life, my finances, my relationships, my personal self-image, everything in my life took off once I discovered my purpose. Your purpose gives you access to your highest self, right? Your purpose gives you access to your highest self. What is it that I mean by that? Was that picture having something in this world. It could be a tool. It could be anything in this world, but you don't know what is the reason for that device. So if I had a hammer, but I try to use this hammer in order to cook or something, right? Maybe I could stir it, but it wouldn't be as useful if I used it to hit something. And where a lot of people are going wrong in their life is that you don't know what your purpose is. And you're hopping around from thing to thing, job to job, reason to reason, relationship to relationship, environment to environment, city to city. But none of your moves are actually rooted in anything because you have no foundation. So you're experiencing the same things over and over again is because you're not rooting yourself in anything. Your purpose is a thing to root yourself in. It's the foundation to start building upon the successes in your life. So when I really started, he asked me, how did it come to me? I went through a lot of personal development, bro. I read a lot of books. I started spending a lot of money on personal development. That's why I'm so big at it. A lot of introspect, sitting with myself, sitting with God, sitting with spirit. And that's how it ended up coming to me, right? But through all that, I've learned an easy, seamless process to help people discover theirs. And that's what I'm going to share with you on this call. So by the end of this call, if those of you that stay, I promise by the end of this call, you will know exactly what is it that your purpose is. And I'll actually be bringing a couple people up for those that want to volunteer to do a one-on-one interaction where I help you discover your purpose, right? This is what I did with thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, billionaires, celebrities, the homeless person, everybody in this world discovered their purpose, right? This is the statistic that really staggered me, is that 80% of people, according to the New York Times, 80% of people do not know what their purpose is. 80% of people. That means on this call right now, 8 out of 10 individuals on this call, you cannot clearly define my purpose is. You can't easily finish that sentence. And if you don't know what your purpose is, there's no way you could actually be living in it. There's no way you could be intentionally creating it in this world. And until you start operating from that standpoint, right? And the number one deathbed regret, a lady named Bonnie Ware, she wrote a book called The 5 Regrets of a Dying. The number one regret that somebody had on their deathbed, she worked with people that were in a hospice that were about to transition. And the number one deathbed regret that somebody had was that I didn't live a life true to myself and not caring about the opinions of others. So the number one regret that most people have on their deathbed is not living a life true to their purpose. And once they discovered who they are and their purpose, pursuing that without caring about the opinions of other people. That's how important your purpose is that when you get to the end of your life, it's not going to matter what is it that you do, where are the places that you've been. Those things are going to matter, but what's really going to matter is, did you fulfill on the reason you were created? Your purpose is the reason you were created in this world. I want you to put created in the comments. Put created in the comments. Your purpose is the reason you were created in this world. And I believe all problems that we currently face in the world, it stems from a lack of purpose. It's hard to know your purpose and you go out and you take advantage of others, or you don't care about the earth, or you don't care about the people around you, right? It's hard to truly know that what your purpose is, because if you knew it and you was operating from that space, the way in which you interacted with people would be way differently. So today we're going to be talking about what is it the reason you was created to be, right? So Bonnie Ware wrote that book. 80% of people don't know what their purpose is. And that's what really stemmed me out on this mission to help people discover what their purpose is, right? So in this session, I want to move the conversation away from, let's stop talking about a job and let's start talking about your work. See, there's a difference between job and work. A job is what you were paid to do. If you look I love looking at the definitions of words. And the dictionary, if you look up the word job, it's something you do for monetary gain. It's something you do for monetary gain, meaning the only reason you're doing what you're doing is because of the economic exchange that you get from it. That's the only reason you do what you do. So that's what a job is. So if you were no longer getting paid, you would no longer be doing what is it that you're doing. Work is physical, spiritual, and mental activity you do in order to achieve a purpose. In order to achieve a purpose. When I studied great people and I looked in the Bible and I looked up great people, they never said we have a job to do. They always said there's work to be done. They never said that we have a job to do. Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, they always said there was work to be done. They never said there's a job to be done. And it really stuck with me. And I'm like, okay, well, what is the difference between a job and work? What is the difference? Well, that's what the difference is. Work is things that job is something you do for financial gain. Work is the thing that you do in order to achieve a purpose. And where most people on this call, where you're not excelling in your life, is because you're not operating within your purpose. You're not operating within your gift. You're not operating within your work. You're operating within a job. So let's stop talking about a job and let's start talking about your work. Let's stop talking about finances and let's start talking about fulfillment. Where there is no purpose, there is no progression. I want you to write that. Where there is no, okay, yeah, my mama keep requesting to be on. let me let her on. I just try to add you, Mom. My mama I just keep saying, here she go. What's up, Mom?
Hi.
What's up,
How are
Mom?
you? Just joining in.
Just joining in. You got some words for the people?
Yes, I do. Live within your purpose. Make 2024 your year to live in your purpose.
Okay, now look at her. Y'all see where I get it from. That's
right.
All right, y'all love this lady so much, man. My mom is my world. I mean, I would not be here without her. So listen, if you have people in your life, if you have your mom, the people that care for you, right? Definitely reach out to them. I would not be the man I am today without this lady right here.
And I love you so much. You're doing awesome.
Love you too, Mom. All right, you done? Anything else?
I'm just listening in. Can I listen in?
You can listen in, but our screens are split. So can I?
Yes, you can cut me. You can cut me off. I'm sorry.
All right, love you, Mom.
Love you too. Bye bye.
I think you gotta exit yourself. I don't know how to.
Okay, I'll exit myself. I'm gone.
Okay. She's hilarious, y'all. That's my mama, y'all. I love my mama to death, man. I literally wouldn't be here without her. I literally wouldn't be the first one here without her. All right, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, where there is no purpose, there is no progression. I want you to write that in the comments. Where there is no purpose, there is no progression. So anywhere in your life where you're not seeming to get the progression that you're desiring, is because there's a lack of purpose in that aspect. And purpose is the foundation. So you can't build anything progressively when there's no purpose. So that's why people keep building and they go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, because everything that you're building is not rooted in anything. Understand, nothing in this world was created without a purpose. When you start studying creation, even nature, do you know that certain flowers in nature, the color of their flower is to attract a certain insect, because certain insects are colorblind and they can only see that specific type of color, that specific type of flower? So we think that a rose or flowers are just for our eyes to marvel at. Well, it's not. There's a purpose for it all. And I want you to get this, though. And again, look at nature. In nature, the apple tree can have the sweetest apples, but it does not consume its own apples. There's no fruit tree that consumes and grows off of its own fruit. So I want you to get that your purpose is not for you. Your purpose is for others. Your purpose isn't for you. God put something within you that is meant for others. There's nothing, nowhere in nature does the purpose of the thing benefit itself. It benefits others. So when you're not living in your purpose, you're actually robbing people out of the experience of the gift that God created you for in this world. So it's the foundation of all things great. See, you could be fired from your job. You can never be fired from your work. I want you to get that. You can be fired from your job, but you can never be fired from your work. Your job is your skill. Your work is your gift. Your job gives you finances. Your work gives you fulfillment. That's why the great people, they never spoke about a job. They only spoke about the work. And your job is what you get paid to do, but your work is what you were created to do. So I want to bring somebody up. Somebody request, if you do not know your purpose, I want you to request to join. I'm about to help somebody discover their purpose. And in these 3 questions, right? These are the 3 questions that literally made me the person I'm in today. I've spoken all around the world on stages, literally all around the world, India, Africa, all around the States, help people discover their purpose. And I promise you that through these 3 questions, you will discover what your purpose is. So I need a volunteer. But anybody open to being a volunteer? If not, then I'll just give you guys the 3 questions. But I'd rather you guys see it through an interaction. So I need a volunteer. Don't be shy. Somebody on the other end of this car right now, you hesitating. You really want to, all right, come on. You really want to join, but you're nervous. You don't know if you should join or not. It's these 3 questions that absolutely changed my life. And I promise you this. Anybody that answers these 3 questions, you're going to get access to your purpose. You're going to get access to your being. You're going to get access to your power. Your purpose is in your power. Yo, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Where you tuning in from?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. What's going on, man? Where in Jamaica you located?
I'm in Montego Bay, St. James.
Okay. I spent like 4 weeks in Montego Bay a year ago, man.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's your name?
My name is Janiel. Janeil.
Janio?
Yeah.
Hi, Janio.
You call it right the first time, bro.
Yeah, I got you, my man. I got you. So you feel like you don't know what your purpose is?
Yeah, honestly, I don't.
So I got a question for you, Janio. If every job in this world paid the exact same amount of money, but you had to clock in and do something, what is it that you would do?
Well, I'm a security officer right now.
Yeah. But if you could do anything in this world and they all pay the exact same amount of money, would you be a physician, a doctor? Would you work with kids, homeless people, animals? What is it that you would do?
I would work with like what? I haven't thought of that before.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Animals.
Work with animals. That's beautiful. What inspires you about animals, man?
Just like so like their behavior, they need help. Like somebody needs to talk to them, teach them. It's like they're like children. So like when they're young, they don't really understand certain stuff. Like they don't understand boundaries. So like I would work with animals though.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And what is the difference you want to make by working with animals, man? What's the difference you want to make?
Well, I made them easier for like people that say are like people that cannot see, people that like because like there are people out there that they need assistance with like they can't see and they need like emergency dog help, walk with them or so. So like that.
Yeah. So you said there's people that like have a level of disabilities or something, but They need some level
Yeah,
of help from the animals to,
assistance. Yeah,
yeah, to for a level of assistance. Yeah. So, what would you say your purpose is?
what would I say my purpose
Yeah.
is?
You just told me, Johnny O.
I just told you.
Yeah, you just told me what it was. I just said if every job in this world paid the same. And see, a lot of people they do this. You make it people make it more complicated. I said if every job in this world paid the same, what is it you would do? You said I want to work with animals. I said, what inspires you about it?
Yeah,
He said, man, because animals are like children. It's like when they're young, they don't really know anything. They don't know boundaries. So you got to teach them. You got to learn. I said, okay, what difference would you want to make? He said, man, there's people in this world that need assistance, and it'll be beautiful in order to connect animals to them in order to help them get assistance. So in so many words, you just said, my purpose is to provide assistance for people that need it in order to make their life easier.
yeah,
I guarantee you, Johnny, are you somebody that if there's somebody that needs help, an elderly person, a disabled person, any type of person, that you're the type of person that wants to help, you want to make their life easier, you kind of want to assist them. Are you that type of person?
yeah. I'm that type of
Yeah.
person, of course.
Have I met you before?
No, you
Well, how do I
haven't,
know that about you?
because I told you my purpose.
Yeah, that's your purpose. So that's the game. So listen, I want you guys to catch this. Well, Johnny O, so what is the sentence that, before I let you go, what is the sentence that my purpose is to provide assistance for those that need it the most, to provide assistance to make people's life easier? What is it that you would say your purpose is? Like, what is the sentence that feels right for you?
My purpose is to assist people that need help,
Yeah.
that are disabled.
How does that feel to you?
That feels good.
Yeah. Hey, yo, put some claps in the comments for my man
That shit
Johnny.
feels
Look, he's
good.
smiling. Hey, yo,
Shit
appreciate you,
feels
man. I
good.
appreciate you hopping on, man.
Yeah, bro.
All right, peace. Yeah, look at that. Can we get some comments, claps from my man Johnny O? He said I would have forgot that after 2 minutes. Nah, bro, I've been doing this for so long. I remember now. So listen, he hopped on in a matter of 3, 4, 5 minutes. He discovered his reason for being. He discovered the reason he was created, right? And I guarantee you this. I don't know Johnny O, and I could have asked him this so he could put it in the comments. I guarantee you that there's he's probably had animals himself that has brought him a level of fulfillment, a level of happiness. Like he's some type of person, he may have grew up with animals, or maybe when he finally got to animals, it brought him a level of happiness and everything. I guarantee there's been a level of impact that animals have had on his life that he wants to go out and help others do the same for them. But so it's in those 3 questions, y'all, you'll discover your purpose. Question number 1 is that every job in this world paid the exact same amount of money and you had to clock in and do something, what is it that you would do? Question number 2 is what inspires you about that? And question number 3 is what is the difference you will want to make by doing that job? In those 3 questions is where you're going to discover your purpose. And here's where the game gets fun, right? Now, I want to connect the two. I'm going to give you guys a little more game before I hop off. Is where the game gets fun is how is it that you can create a life around it? So a lot of times we talk about multiple streams of income, right? Multiple streams of income. Put multiple in the chat. If you want to learn how to get multiple streams of income, put multiple in the chat. I'm about to give you guys one of the biggest hacks that I teach my clients. And this is how my clients' lives excel. This is how my life has excelled so much. Put multiple in the chat. All right, I'm about to give y'all this. If somebody asks how is it that they can work with me, I'll let you guys know that after I give y'all this. Multiple. All right. So we talk about multiple streams of income, but the problem that I see is that when people talk about multiple streams of income, they look for multiple streams outside of themselves instead of multiple streams within. This is what I mean by that. When you answer those 3 questions and you discover what your purpose is, I want you to take a blank sheet of paper. In the middle of that paper, I want you to write your purpose statement. You want to get your purpose down to one sentence that is repeatable, that you can memorize it, and is confident that you can easily articulate. My purpose is to provide people, make people's life easier by providing them with assistance. My purpose is to make people's life easier by providing them with assistance, right? That could be Johnny O's. I can say my purpose is to inspire billions of people to discover and live in their purpose. So I write that in the middle of a piece. Y'all got to catch this. This one thing may change your whole 2024 in the way that you're looking at things, right? So in the middle of a piece of paper, I'm going to write, my purpose is to help billions of people discover and live in their purpose. And I'm going to put that in the middle of a piece of paper, and I'm going to draw a circle around it. Now the game becomes, what are all the streams I could do? What are all the ways I could fulfill on this purpose? Or another way to say it is this. I can have a Ford, I can have a Toyota, I can have a Honda or a Hyundai, right? 4 different cars. There are 4 different vehicles, but they each take the same unleaded fuel. They each take the same unleaded fuel. Your purpose is your fuel. Your passion is the vehicle. You gotta catch that. Put that in the comments. Your purpose is the fuel. Your passion is the vehicles. And it's the vehicles that allow you to get multiple streams of income. So if I was to write on a piece of paper, my purpose is to inspire billions of people to discover and live in their purpose, I drew a circle around that, and I start drawing lines from it. And on each line I write, what are ways that I could do that? Well, I could do it through one-on-one coaching. I could do it through group coaching. I could do it through a podcast. I could do it through speaking on stages. I could do it through writing a book, right? I could do it through bam, 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 bam. That's what's going to tell me where is it that my attention should be on. My attention should be on the avenues, the vehicles that fulfill my purpose. That's how I never get burnt out, because my fuel is my purpose. I'm not motivated purely off of money, because you get burnt out that way. You go from one thing to one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And when you're doing that, you're actually switching your focus. So we've heard about compound interest. Well, I'm giving you compound attention, compound work. So when you're focused on your purpose, and everything that you're doing, every vehicle that you're fulfilling on, it comes from that same source. You're really not doing multiple things. People may look at my life and say, oh my God, you're doing multiple things. You're speaking on stages, you're coaching people one-on-one, you have a group program, you have a mastermind. No. I'm not doing multiple things. I'm just doing one thing in multiple ways. You gotta catch that. I just do one thing all day. I just do it in a multitude of ways. So if I have a one-on-one client, right? I see Regina's on here. If I have Regina here and I'm helping Regina discover her purpose and build out businesses around her purpose, then what is it I can do past that? I may get on live and I may talk to you guys about purpose. And then later I may go start writing my book. And in my book, I'm writing purpose. So my attention hasn't changed. The way I'm doing it has changed. But what I'm doing is not changing. That's why my life progresses how fast it progresses, because year after year after year, I'm consistently doing the same thing. I'm consistently only doing the same 3 things, the same thing over and over, helping people discover and live in their purpose. I'm just doing it in a multitude of ways. That's why my income went different. The amount of money I could charge clients went different. The amount of money I charge for speaking engagement has been different. Everything in my life has excelled. Why? Because I've been doing the same thing over for the last 5 years. What is it that you can see yourself doing for the next 10 years of your life? For the next 20 years of your life? For the next 30, 40, 50 years of my life? You know how cold I am at speaking and coaching people? I am phenomenal. Oh my God. In 20, 30, 40, 50 years, when I can just keep getting the same compound effect off of what is it that I'm doing now, that's about to be extraordinary. I'll answer your question about passion in a second. I got you. I'm going to answer it. So you want to be asking yourself, what is the purpose answering those 3 questions, that's going to be the fuel, and then your passions are the way to fulfill that. So the easiest way to ask your what is my passion is to answer the first question. If every job in this world paid the exact same amount of money, what is it that you would do? That's going to tell you what your passion is. I'll work with kids. I'll work with animals. I'll be a better veterinarian. I will teach. I'll write books. Whatever that is, that's going to really tell you what your passion is. It's going to tell you what is it that you're passionate about. So my man that just came up, he's obviously passionate about animals. Why? Because he said if every job in the world paid the exact same amount of money, that's what he'll want to do. He'll want to work with animals. So that first question, that's going to tell you what is it that you're passionate about. Now the game becomes, how can I just fulfill more on that? So understand this. This is how it ties into finances as well. Is that now when I'm looking at investments, I'm not looking at investments outside of myself. I'm looking at the investments within myself. All right, cool, Kusudi. So I'm crushing speaking again. I'm crushing one-on-one coaching. All right, well, great. Well, let me hire a team so that way I can start putting together a podcast. Let me hire a team so that way I can start throwing my own events. Let me hire a team so that way I can start writing a book and put together a book tour. So my money is going back into myself, investing into another stream that I can use to fulfill my purpose. Does that make sense? Drop some fires in the chat if that makes sense. I just feel like so often people are looking for things outside of themselves. And I'm telling you this, every time in my life where I've lost finances, it's only because I was making an investment in things outside of myself. I was putting money in things that it didn't fulfill me. It wasn't from me. I've never lost money on myself. I've always lost money. Anytime I've lost money, it's been on other things. I've made money on other things as well, don't get me wrong. But the only time I've really lost money is on other things. I've never lost money betting on myself. In 2024, I want you to start betting on yourself. I want you to start thinking of all of the ways you can fulfill on your purpose. So that way you love what you're doing every single day. If all you're doing is living in your purpose, and the only thing you're doing is finding other ways to do that, other vehicles to live in your purpose, your life will have fulfillment. You will get compounded effect because you'll be doing the same thing multitudes of ways. Your life will start taking off. Your finances will start taking off because you'll become a master. You know how many hours I've talked about purpose? You know how many hours I've helped people discover themselves? That's why I'm entering into the space of mastery, because I've done it so much. It's the only thing I do. I don't do nothing else. If I'm not speaking on stage, I'm coaching somebody. If I'm not coaching somebody, I'm probably listening to the podcast, taking the information, or I'm doing these teachings. It's the only thing that I do. So the purpose is the way you continue to do what you're passionate about. Exactly. Beautiful. That's a beautiful way to, yeah, it's the fuel. I want you to write this down. Your purpose is for others, but your passion is for yourself. Why you do what you do is to give it away to others. How you do it, that's whatever you love to do the most. So there's time periods in my life where I focus on one-on-one coaching, right? So those of you that are looking to get one-on-one coaching, Mom, can you drop my matter of fact, DM me coaching at the end of this. If you're looking to get one-on-one coaching, if you're interested in doing a 2-hour breakthrough session, right? So I do a 2-hour breakthrough session with all of my clients. It's the most powerful 2 hours of your life. You go on my website, read about 40 plus people experience of doing it with me. You'll see yourself like you've never seen yourself before. It will literally be the most powerful 2 hours you can do in your life. And I have people that fly in to do these breakthrough sessions with me, right? Regina, she's one of my clients. She's on here. She flies in every 2 weeks. That's a different level of commitment. So if you're wanting to do a 2-hour breakthrough session, or you're interested in seeing what that looks like, just DM me the word coaching, and I'll get on a call with you or send you more information about it, right? I'll send you more information about it. So your passion is what is it the way that you like to do it at that time? So right now, I'm passionate about teaching publicly. That's why I'm on the slide. Next year, I may not be passionate about teaching publicly no more. I may only be passionate about coaching my one-on-one clients. And then after that, I may be passionate about actually going out in this world and putting together a speaking tour. So the vehicle vehicle may look differently, but the reason is the same. The reason is the same. You want to ask yourself, what is it that I can see myself doing over and over and over and over again for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years of my life? What is it that I can see? What is it that I want to master? Regina, most life-changing thing I've done this far. I love you so much, Regina. She's so amazing. She's a dream client. Anytime you have somebody that is so committed to fly in person every 2 weeks, their lives radically shift. Their lives radically shift. And she's somebody that does that, right? And there's a couple of people on this call that did 2-hour sessions and they're flying in to be with me for 2 hours as well. It's not required, but that's a different level of commitment. What is it that you can see yourself doing for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life? If you want your life to progress in 2024, you have to get rooted in something. And what I am inviting you to do is rooted in your purpose. Root your life in your purpose. Let it be the reason of your being. Let all your power come from the reason you were created for. Let the world see your gift. Let God shine its light through you. You were created for a reason. Everything in this world was created with a purpose. I'm located in Phoenix. For the person that asked, I'm located in Phoenix. Everybody in this world was created for a reason. Answer those 3 questions to discover what that reason is. If every job in this world paid the exact same amount of money, what is it that I'll do? What inspires me about that? And what difference would I want to make by doing that job? Right? Identify your passion. You have multiple streams of income within you. Stop looking outside of yourself until you just have fulfilled on so many things that there's an overflow. There's an overflow of finances. And then you can start putting things in passive sources. People look for passive income. Listen, before things get passive, you got to get active. I want you to catch that. Before your money get passive, you got to get active. You got to get active out here creating something. And what I'm inviting you to do is the thing that you get active of it, let it be linked to the reason you was created in this world. Let it be linked to the gift that God put within you. Your purpose is not something that you have to find because it's not lost. You can only find something that's lost. Your purpose is not lost. And that's the reason most people don't know what their purpose is. It's not something you find, it's something you discover. Meaning that it's stop outwardly looking and start inwardly going within. Ask yourself questions that go within and bring out of you that is within you. It is a discovery process. And I promise you, if you answer those 3 questions, you will discover your purpose. Ask yourself, what are the ways I can fulfill on this? This purpose is the fuel. My passion is the vehicle. What are the ways, or what am I passionate about pursuing in that vehicle? And base your life around that. When you are in alignment with source, and you're in alignment with the reason you was created to be, your success will be exponential. Your success will, you will find success at a rate and a pace that is far exceeding anything else, because then you are in alignment with source. You're in alignment with God, your ancestors, spirit, the reason you came to this physical realm, this reason you came to this physical environment. You got to get rooted in the spiritual reason why. You got to get rooted in the spiritual reason why. Any questions before I cut out? Any questions? Put the questions in the comments. Put questions in the comments if you have questions. Put some fires in the chat if this was helpful for you. If you got a lot out of this session, put some fires in the chat. And if you have a question, drop a question in it. I'm going to be doing this once a week, every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. For those of you that's looking to come and spend some one-on-one time with me, DM me the word coaching. If you're desiring to get on a 2-hour breakthrough call with me, the call will be the most powerful call of your whole life, I promise you. What was I doing when I found my purpose? I was in jail fighting a 10-year sentence. I was in jail fighting a 10-year sentence. That's what I was doing when I discovered my purpose, man. And it's not until, and shout out to my mom. My mom sent me books when I was in jail. That's how I really started discovering my purpose. I started reading books. When I got out, I started going to personal development events. I started watching things like The Secret. I started doing a lot of things that changed my life, man. Yeah, and it made me the person I am today. So shout out Mon Dukes, man. Shout out Mon Dukes. I love my mama so much, man. I literally wouldn't be who I am today without her. She's been my anchor so much. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, y'all. Peace. I'll see y'all next Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Put it in your schedule. If it's not scheduled, it's not real. Yeah, put it in your schedule. DM me the word coaching if you're desiring coaching. I can tell you more about the 2-hour breakthrough session that will radically shift your life, your perception of yourself, and what is it that you think is possible for your life in 2024. Love y'all. Peace. I'll see y'all next week, y'all.